In America, we love our pets. But across the country, millions of cats and dogs are put down to relieve overcrowding in animal shelters. But is that necessary? Do we still need euthanasia? My name is David Schechter. I'm a veteran reporter, and now I work for you. I'm taking real people out on the road to get their questions answered, and you're coming along for the ride. This is Verify Road Trip.
He's our old gentle giant. We got him from Dallas Animal Services.
Oh.
Back when my son was about 7 years old.
Anicia Perez is a Verify viewer, and she's rescued dogs herself, including Noah.
So what do you think about euthanasia?
I think it's a necessary evil. It's a difficult decision that has to be done because the animals just keep coming.
Dallas Animal Services took in 35,000 cats and dogs last year. That's more than any shelter in Texas.
Are you getting about ready to feed?
Hello, Jocelyn. How do I open your door?
Hi, Layla. You are beautiful. Hey there.
We're getting a tour from Jordan Craig. She's the shelter manager.
This one was so shut down and shy when you first got here, and then over time has just become this adorable little rowdy thing.
Can we go in and see her?
Yeah. Did you just have your
She's telling us the average length of stay here is 7 days. But Buddy is an exception. He's been here for almost a month.
And how long can you keep them?
We'll give them as long as we can.
There's this preconceived idea, for me anyway, that they don't have much time here. But the fact that one may have even been here a month surprises me.
When you do hard lines in the sand, I think the animals lose as far as length of stay. But if we end up with a day where we take in 100 dogs and we have to make decisions that we can't make any other ways, it's a reality that we still live in, unfortunately.
We're learning that Dallas has made some major improvements. 10 years ago, only 13% of the animals got out alive. Now it's up to 82%. One thing that really helped is the 24/7 bottle feeding of newborn kittens. They used to kill 2,500 a year because they were just too small to survive on their own.
When we looked at, the animals that were certainly not making it out, these were it. They can't stay here on their own.
It's amazing work being done for even the tiniest little animal.
While we're seeing that Dallas is putting down fewer animals to make space in its kennels, it still estimates 3,500 animals were euthanized last year to relieve overcrowding. Behind this door is where those animals are euthanized.
How many times will you use this in a day?
Some days it may be 5 animals, some days it may be 30.
Really?
It's hard every day, but you try to do the best you can, and one step at a time.
Shelters like this wind up having to make the decision for us on who makes it out and who doesn't.
Anicia and I are in Austin now, the largest U.S. city to ban euthanization as a means of reducing overcrowding. 98% of the animals here get out alive. They only put down the dangerous or the very sick.
So I wanted to quickly show you this because this is kind of the reality of it. So some of these guys have been in here for a couple weeks. They get walked regularly.
By the time we got here, the shelter had been overflowing for weeks. To make space, Austin is temporarily housing dogs in offices and in this conference room too.
I have to say, so we're like less than 1 minute into the tour and I'm already kind of shocked. Are you?
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that they are finding ways to truly maintain that concept.
For it to truly work, it needs to be a community effort.
Jason Garza, the deputy director, says Austin succeeds because of partnerships with 180 community groups. Some are rescues. They get the dogs adopted. Others are fosters, where dogs go to live temporarily until they can be adopted.
You are relying on community
Yeah,
at a very high level. And what happens if you don't have that support in your community?
we won't euthanize for space, but we're gonna call the community on to help us.
Another thing that's unique here is how staff, including the dog catchers, look for good outcomes that happen outside the shelter. Officers are evaluated not on how many dogs they bring into the pound, but on how many they can reunite with their owners, even providing assistance on fixing a broken fence to keep it from happening again. They're also reducing the number of dogs that come into the shelter. This man found a dog and brought it in, but instead of the city taking it, staff tracked down the owner.
Yes, Brandon, this is the Austin Animal Center calling for you. Yeah, we have Rex.
And the guy who found Rex gladly returned the dog himself.
You know, might as well take that last step and see it done.
What resonated with me the most in this whole process is that the shelters can't do this alone. They have to have support.
As a society, do we still need euthanasia to control space?
I believe that we do. And I believe that we do because we haven't found the right balance.
Anicia saw that it is possible for cities to take euthanasia off the table, but she doesn't believe that most communities are ready to make that change. Don't take my word for it. Take hers.